All right, folks, so we're almost there. It's our end of the year exam review. So this is our first day. Let's talk about some of the things that we've talked about so far this year. So we're going to start off with some basics here. If a dm equals 35, what is the value of r? So we're given this diagram here, and they tell us that dm is 35. So that's this distance from D to M is 35, okay? Now, a long time ago, we learned that the segment addition postulate, we could take this segment DG, add segment GM, and get the entire segment DM, right? So let's figure this out here. We've got DG plus GM is going to be equal to DM. But we know what each one of those is, so we can actually just go ahead and substitute those values and expressions in. So DG is R plus 35, so I've got R plus 5 rather, R plus 5. I'm looking at that 35. So R plus 5, that's our DG, to which we're going to add the GM, so 3R minus 14, 3R minus 14. And that's going to be equal to dm 35. So now this is a pretty basic little algebra problem. We're going to combine our like terms and then solve this for r. So we've got an r here plus 3 more r's. That's 4 r's combined. We have a positive 5 or a plus 5 minus 14 and a plus 5. Let's turn that on. 5 minus a 14 is just a negative 9. So minus 9 equals 35. So we're still trying to solve this for r, so we have to get the r term by itself. So let's get rid of this minus 9 by adding 9 to both sides of our equation. Because what we do to one side, we got to do to the other. So the minus 9 and the plus 9 cancel out. We're left with a 4r over here on the left-hand side. Over here we've got a 35 plus a 9, which should just be a 44. Okay, 44. So we're almost there. We've got to solve this for r. But now we've got to get rid of the 4. So how do we get rid of a 4? Well, that's 4 times r. So with the opposite of multiplication, division. Let's divide both sides by 4. So 4 divided by 4 is just 1. 1 times the r is the r that we're looking for. 44 divided by 4, well, that's just 11. Let's put a box around it because we're done. Let's take a look at the next one. So our next one, now we're talking about angles with our lines here. So lines L and M are intersected by transversal T. So we've got line L and M here, and they tell us that they're parallel with the little arrowheads here. And they tell us that these two things are parallel. Actually, why does it say L is parallel to T? That is a misprint. L is not parallel to T. L is parallel to M. Okay, let's get that fixed. Parallel to M. Okay, L and M are parallel. T is the transversal. Okay, now it says here, which of the following angles are supplementary to angle 2? Well, we have to think about what supplementary means. Now, supplementary, if we think about what that means in our vocabulary, we know that this is just angles that add up to 180 degrees. Okay, angles that add up to 180 degrees. Now, if we're looking where angle 2 is located, well, angle 2 is over here. Okay, so we've identified that. Now, we've got a few options here. We've got angles 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, we actually have 2 of these are correct. The first one that we can see that is correct is going to be angle 5 over here. Because these two angles, angles 2 and angle 5, these are what we call same side interior angles. And same side interior angles are supplementary. Okay, they are supplementary. Now, technically, angle 5 and angle 8 are actually congruent to each other because they're vertical angles. But the answer that they're going to be looking for here is angle 5. Okay? So just make sure that you understand that there are actually 2 answers here, both 5 and 8, but the answer they're going to be looking for here is actually angle 5.